Welcome everybody, this is Commander Ramsey, nursing a swallowing problem. I'll do the best I can to get through this video, but I wanted to show this classic battle. I'm in the original Belfast, and I'll show you the captain's build or commander build at the end and the ship's build. But I'm in a tier 8 battle. You notice I have radio location. I use that pretty extensively on cruisers and destroyers. Gotten pretty good at using it. It's quite helpful. Getting a signal there. I kind of estimate how far they are away from the cap zone based upon my distance to the cap zone. And of course there's a destroyer involved, then I expect it to be a little closer. I usually tell my team up front that I've got radio location so that they'll pay somewhat attention to my information. It'd be helpful for them on their gun aiming and location of their ship. You noticed here I got out front and my destroyer has not engaged into the game yet, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. Fortunately, the enemy CV is on the other side of the map, over at the sea cap. My detection on my ship is at around 8.9, which is quite good for a cruiser. Remember, the Belfast, the original Belfast, has radar as well as hydroacoustic and smoke, but she is a glass cannon. She does not take damage very well at all and can go down very quickly. I start to smoke up here. I didn't notice any radar ships right away. Fortunately for me, just get into the cap zone. I've been detected, so that tells me I've got a destroyer probably off to my right, and sure enough, there he is. I hit my radar, so he's displayed. I have to keep an eye on him. I've got the skill set to move those guns on the Belfast as quick as possible, but they are pretty slow moving turrets. And turn on my hydro, expecting this destroyer is going to zip around here and launch torpedoes at me. So I start trying to go backwards, but then again try to bluff him with some shots. Hopefully he'll stay away. My radar ran out. I was a little vulnerable here at this point, but I did get the capture. Trying to get some help. Finally, my friendly DD is into the game. Here he comes. He's launched his torpedoes a little late. I'm going to use the other island there as cover so the torpedoes can't get me. Excuse me. Got a swallowing problem, so it causes me to cough. Notice the enemy is fairly weak on this flank, as one would expect. Normally they go to the left. In this case, they went to the left and center. And the enemy DD gets spotted. Thankfully for our DD player, got him spotted. Now I'm trying to open up on him and get rid of him. Would have been in bad shape had that cruiser got me, but fortunately our battleship on the western flank had got him. So I proceeded to work on the destroyer, try to take him out. Belfast is very well equipped to taking out enemy destroyers, more so than most cruisers. So now I'm going to attempt to move on over to the B-cap. I'm using a unique captain on the Belfast to kind of make up for some power creep of years gone by since the Belfast was introduced. It was overpowered when it was introduced, but through the years it's not as strong as she used to be. And I'll show you how I've made up for some of that at the end of the video. This original Belfast is not to be confused with the later edition Belfast 43, which has torpedoes. There are some pros and cons to both ships. Cleveland is definitely on the target list because he is a radar ship. I will give you a clue. This battle goes down to the wire. Unusually tight game. So I burn another smoke here and trying to, since I'm on the flank side of the Cleveland, try to get some damage on him, get him to move, as well as try to take him out if all possible. He used his repair there, but I did get a second fire started on him. So he's on fire now. And I'm hitting him from pretty good distance. That was some bad shooting on my end on that last volley. Try to shoot up over the top of that volcano or island. Switch over to the battleship. Trying to help my team out as much as possible, drive them out of the B-cap. Belfast is quite good at setting fires. The radio location is quite helpful here because that's telling me I don't have anybody too close that could sneak up on me. So since my radar is in cooldown. Notice I'm out about close to 15 kilometers on the range from the Belfast, which is about to get close to its limit. But I'm starting another fire on that battleship from almost 15 kilometers away. So, well, I got detected there. I was pretty free there for a minute, but apparently I got momentary detection, but I'm behind the island. And there's the other destroyer close to me. Kind of taking a little risk here. It was a bad volley there. Should have known he was backing up. Backing up close to me, so I rearranged that shot. And I took out another destroyer. At this point, the enemy team is ahead a good amount. I realized enemy team, they saw me and they realized they were going to have to take me out. It's always good to get good team support here. And my team friendly didn't want them picking on me, so I decided to move off to the northwest. Enemy team figured out if they could take me out, they could wrap this up and win it. I didn't want to make it too easy on them. I was trying to watch this Mutsu on the other side of the island to see which direction he was going, and the Monarch. Thought I better smoke, but our team took out the Monarch, and I'm not sure what happened to the Mutsu. He also got taken out, apparently. So I wasted a smoke there, so I decided to move on and try to capture the B. It was the only hope of trying to get the score back close to a close game. You notice we didn't have any destroyers left, so I was kind of having to play the role of the destroyer, try to move in and cap a zone. My radio location was showing their last destroyer, the Kagero, was straight ahead, which meant I could get detected if not careful. We're behind about 240 points, with only about 8 minutes to go. If we can get the B cap, that would certainly start tilting the game in our favor. My hope here was to try to get close to my battleship, to use his AA to help me ward off any airplane attacks from the Parseval, because my smoke was on cooldown. I was letting them know the Kagero was probably out in this region with radio location. He was probably trying to move around and search for our CV. As you can see, is hidden over between the islands and ACAP. So now we've got the B cap captured, but you notice we're still behind about 260 points, but that's going to start narrowing. You can see now I'm detected. Usually I wait just a little bit longer after that before I hit my radar, because I know I'm within range, and there's the destroyer. So I'll try to get everybody's attention called onto him. I notice off to my left, the other enemy ships are probably behind the islands. Missed some shots here. It's kind of my fault. A little behind. Wipe out destroyer number 3. Unfortunately, I'm detected, and there's a battleship heading right at me, so fortunately my smoke was up. My bow was pointed pretty close to the battleship, so I was in pretty good position. Now I was trying to prevent him from rushing me, because the Belfast is not good at leaving a smoke zone. It's quite slow. So my hope here is to start a fire on him, get my friendlies focused on him. The CV is coming in to help. But the score is still pretty ugly. Actually, it's widened. It's about 300 points now. There's only a little over 5 minutes left. We were going to have to take out some more ships, but they had 4 and we had 3. And he got taken out, I believe, by our Andrea Doria battleship. So now it's getting a little bit closer. but almost a 200 point advantage still. My hope here was to get back in the smoke. I knew at some point the enemy CB was going to try to come after me. Health-wise, they look better than we do. You can see on the upper right versus the upper left. I'm at about 3/4 health. I knew we'd be starting to catch up some because we have 2 cap zones to their 1. Try to aim over the island here a little bit. Colorado's lumbering in there. But I start hitting the island, unfortunately. Four non-penetrables. Oh, that hurt. Less than 200 points now, closing the gap. And their cruiser Leander is not closing the gap. I don't know where he is. I think he disappeared over on the southern side of the map. We just lost a ship. Now it's back to a 300 point advantage to the enemy. With only less than 3.5 minutes to go, folks. This is looking pretty dismal. But we still have 2 cap zones. For their 1. We're narrowing the lead again. About 200 point advantage now. But I can't hit the Colorado, too close to the mountainside. So at this point I decided I've got to make a difference here. I've got to go around the corner and see if I can't shoot at their CB. Because I have no idea where their cruiser is. And their CB is letting me have it. I'm down to about 50% health. Ah, there's the Leander. Good thing I was at an angle to her with her AP shields. CB still attacking me. Fortunately, the Colorado can't get off any shots. I'm trying to close the gap at the same time. Now I can get a shot on the CB. And my CB friendly is attacking the Parsival. So I start raining shells down, hoping and praying that the Leander doesn't poke around the corner and get me with some torpedoes. Now I'm down to about 35% health, but I'm really letting that CB have it, and dodging his torpedoes, mind you. Got the CV. So now the battle's getting really close. We've almost caught up, believe it or not. I'll try to get some pot shots in on the Colorado. We got less than 1.5 minutes to go. And I expected the Leander would launch torpedoes. And there she is, poking around the corner there. Couldn't believe I missed that shot. Must have just missed. Throw some pot shots over there. I can't let that Colorado poke at her on that corner. I'm dead meat. Our CV's really doing a good job. Latte 2000. I guess they serve a lot of coffee on that ship. We've taken the lead by 1 hit point left, and there's 30 seconds left. At this point, I knew he was going to go down between me and the Leander, who got the last shot as far as who got the point advantage. So I start alternating by point, alternating back and forth, trying to get a defensive posture at the same time, still firing away, because I knew this was going to go down to the last second. Still 1 point lead, and the Iowa is capturing in the B-cap. And we win. Unbelievable. That's the tightest game I've been involved in a long time, and it was extra fun because it was in the Belfast. A good game. Took out 4 enemy ships. Not too bad on the damage. 101K. 2 captures. Amazing 10 set on fires. That's a lot. Team scores. Our CV did a great job. So did looks like Aunt Dad. So I gave him plays well. The enemy team had a really good game too, and I gave them some credit, obviously. So looking at the details of the battle, the Parzival, I shot down 19 of his planes. I also sunk him. I sunk 3 destroyers, which really helped, and that's the advantage of the Belfast, is you can get in there and protect yourself, but use your radar and hydro, smoke, take out the enemy DDs. You can really tilt the game to your advantage. Then you can start whaling some damage on the bigger ships with fires. On credits, had almost 34,000 XP and Commander XP. I try to boost those up so I can boost my Commander skills up. So that was the recap for the game. We'll move on here to the ship itself. The Belfast. I used Jack Dunkirk. He's one of the unique commanders. So he has a faster grease the gears, I mean, by 20% instead of 10. It doubles. These are the skills I use on him to boost hydro. I have to use survivability expert because she has no way to increase the health during the battle. And I use concealment for good reason. And definitely radio location. I've become a firm believer in that skill. And if we move over here and look at the ship build, it's unique. You'll notice I use the surveillance radar mod 1. That increases my radar time. I also use main battery modification 2 to get those turrets around fast, because Belfast is cursed with very slow turrets. Use steering gears to veer away from torpedoes, and concealment again, because she is a glass cannon. She does not like to take damage. You can see the radar gets out to about almost 34 seconds at 8.5 kilometers, which is good for picking up DDs. The smoke generator, boost that for 19.5 seconds action time. That's important because you get less than 15 seconds, you'll run out of your smoke in the Belfast. She does not slow down well. It takes forever to come to a stop in that ship. Here I use the Shadow Lurker to boost free and Commander XP to help out. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a classic Belfast battle. For those Belfast players out there, you might want to utilize some of the command skills, build-ups, and techniques. It's still a strong ship, no doubt. This is Commander Ramsey, wishing you a great start to your battles. This battle was some time ago, but I thought you'd enjoy it. Fair winds and fair seas.